sir.
This meeting is being recorded.
Again, this is a drawback here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine.
Okay.
My question is, have you worked on the caste part?
Server cost and the database cost. So if we use any cluster database, or we can implement this using the linked list on a blockchain, we wouldn't have to specifically pay anything other than the server cost or the blockchain, the node costs. So it's lightweight and it's efficient in cost.
Okay, thank you. All the best.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. Next team, it's Gibson Solomon, PG and Research Department of Commerce and Johns, a study on risk management strategies of nationalized and private banks. Gibson, are you ready for the presentation? Your voice is not audible, Gibson. Gibson, you have been made a co-host. You can share your screen. Your voice is not audible. Is Gibson a reply from your end? Okay, then we'll having some technical issue, Gibson. We're looking for the next team, whether they are ready. Next team is Bharat Gupta, Ripple Foods Private Limited, product prediction based on users' preference. Okay. Next, we will move on to Ananya Anand, Computer Science and Engineering from VIT on the topic.
Sir, excuse me, sir. Bharat and Shafali, they are in a project. I can present it. Can I present it? I am one of.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I am Govinda from VIT. Can you make me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I will make your course. Yes, sir. Your mate, sir. You can do the presentation, sir.
Screen is visible, sir.
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Yeah. Good morning to. Good afternoon to one another. Myself, Govinda from VIT. On behalf of the authors, Bharat Gupta and Shafali, I want to present our work on product prediction based on user preferences. In general, in any e-commerce or in any online shopping, the service provider or the seller or whoever it take, the owner of Walmart or whoever it may, they want to predict the customer preferences so that they can in turn increase the business as well as in turn to increase the ROI. Okay. This is the outline of my talk. That is, I'll just give an introduction, a literature review, proposed method, results, conclusion, and references. Okay. As we have seen in today's commercial world, e-commerce plays a major role. Even it can be a product or it can be a service, whatever the service we provide. Okay, or it can be anything which can be provided. People always prefer online buying rather than physical shopping or rather than physical visiting and then buying, because it allows them to buy the products from anywhere without moving or without going anywhere. Either they can buy through handheld devices or they can buy through any device or any computing device they can use and they can buy the product. People benefit from online shopping websites. They use a different website since they save time and can conveniently order the products by choosing the products as well as the services they need. We can determine the customer product preferences by tracking their clicks. Nowadays, if you look at in so many online shopping, there are a lot of ads, advertisements or a lot of different media of promotions. And always the owner of any online shop or the owner of any online shopping, or they want to predict what is the behavior or what is the choices of the users, so that they can increase their inventory in an online, as well as they can boost their business. With such a rise in the diversity of their products, there is a need to maintain track of these items in terms of their user likeliness, so that the products that bring the most consumer satisfaction may be distinguished from those that are not. Always, whenever you call it as in data mining terminology called association rule mining, always you need to find out the products which are associated with respect to the specific user who is doing some shopping in online. This is done so that the business may grow up forward with a goal of increasing customer happiness by recommending their best-selling products in order to enhance their purchasing behavior, as well as their satisfaction, as well as to meet the supply and demand for the products as well as the services. So that if you know overall what the customer needs, what are all the products he can buy together. Okay, customer should be able to rate the commodity bundles in terms of bundles, because they are going to buy. There are different types of the diversity of their products in an online shop. We need to, if they can rate the commodity bundles depending upon the amount of utility they supply from the supplier, as well as according to the theory of preferences. The theory of preferences basically, this theory of preferences basically says is to identify and quantify the user preferences from the set of alternatives. That is one of the major objective of any business, so that they can increase the ROI, as well as they can increase they can maintain customer relationship, as well as they can increase their business profits. This is done so that the business may grow up forward with the goal of increasing consumer happiness by recommending the best-selling products in order to enhance the demand and profit. To meet the demand and profit, we need to analyze this. Okay, I'll just give the overview of the literature review. If you look at for the past 60 years, the Asian Paints has been the only one company in the world to grow the revenue by at least 20% every year. Okay. As well, if you look at the paint was paint was offered as one of the fast-moving consumer goods in the 1960s. Okay. How it is possible? Because the paint was made in a facility and it is distributed. If you look at the supply chain phases, they'll do manufacture and then they'll go to the distributor to dealer, and then the end customer. And Mr. Chosky got rid of this distribution, because always this distribution takes around 20% cut. The dealers, on the other hand, lack suitable storage. Even if you want to go to the dealer to storage, he lacks with a lot of storage space to store all the products, and are unable to store huge quantities of products for a lengthy period of time. As a result, what the Asian Paints, he created a logistic network to replenish the dealership 4 times a day, which was the difficult task. But we want to remove that with logistical network, the dealership. He was able to do it only because he was one of the earliest technology adopter in supply chain. Okay. The Asian Paint uses it to collect data from every neighborhood in India where they have a presence, every hour, every day. Then they fed all the data into the supercomputer to track off with respect to color, with respect to product, with respect to size, with respect to geographical location, or what type of products they are selling, or what are the user preferences, so that they can find out and they can meet the demand and supply, and they can increase the products they can make products available to the end customers through logistical network. It is able to maintain its extraordinary cycle of selling straight to the dealer by refilling them 4 times a day as a result, because they use a big, huge supercomputer to compute, to have to find out the preferences, the taste, the color with respect to geographical location, with respect to different parameters of the product. Due to this reliance on the distribution network, that Asian Paints does not have on any distribution network like dealer all those things. It now takes around 97% of the MRP, while its competitors take only 6, because they are using supercomputers to analyze the data to find out the user preferences for their product compared to its competitor. Every day, Asian Paint generates around 6 to 20 times more data than its nearest consumer, allowing it to enhance its system even more. The Walmart began data mining approach, data mining technology for data mining transaction data on its store in 2004 to better understand the customer purchase habits at different times in time. In 2004, the Walmart, the US supermarket, they adapted some of the data mining approach, data mining technologies, techniques to predict the user behavior or user purchase behavior, as well as to analyze their transaction and to predict the preferences. Walmart took the advantage of this situation to restock its shelves using data mining techniques. Here we can see many big corporations, big companies using and giving value to user experiences and choice, thereby increasing their sales. Okay. Now, in the proposed approach, in the proposed method, we use two algorithms or two approaches. One is the instant runoff algorithm and Tiedman algorithm. Okay. It's just like now, whenever you have a set of preferences, among these preferences, we will take the rank among the ranks, and then we are going to find out the preference of the users. Okay. Now, the instant runoff algorithm is a sort of STV algorithm in which votes from losing candidates are redistributed to other candidates. Okay. We'll take the rank or we'll take the opinion preferences of individual users, and then based on the number of choices, we redistribute. The second type of vote transfer exists in STV. It is an STV election. A candidate can receive an excessive number of votes known as the surplus votes, which can be allotted to other candidates. If there is any surplus votes, which can be allotted to other users. In the instant runoff algorithm, if you look at the procedure, eliminate the candidate. There are a number of products. Not only here, we are expanding the context of election. Okay, if there are a number of products based on that preferences, the number of votes, upwards, downwards, and then you can decide which can be promoted to the particular user or particular user in an online shopping. It eliminates the candidates with the lowest votes as the first preference. If there is only one candidate remaining, then they will be elected. Please keep on repeat the steps. Okay. In case of Tiedman algorithm, it is an electoral system developed in 1987 by Nicholas Tiedman, which is also known as the ranked paired method. This method selects a single winner using votes that show the preferences. Okay. And the ranked pair method can also be used to create a sorted list of winners. Okay, how do you choose? Okay, if there is a candidate who is preferred when compared to other products, the ranked pair guarantees that the candidate will be the winner. Because of this, the ranked pair by definition is a Kondo-Create method. Okay. The ranked pair procedure is also, this is an algorithm. These are all the different steps which is followed in Tiedman approach. And then we have taken a sample of 9 users with the different products, and we rated across the different rounds. We rated, and if you look at the rating, and with the least words, we eliminate 1 plus node. We took 3 products like a Samsung S22, iPhone 13, as well as 1 plus node. And then in the first round, we identified that they can 1 plus node as the least number, and we can eliminate by using this instant runoff algorithm. And then we run these 2 algorithms, and we got the preference. We got the user based on the user preference. One is iPhone 3, and in case of Tiedman, gives the okay, that is 1 plus node. Okay. And they implemented these 2 algorithms. There is the instant runoff algorithm, Tiedman. It was proved that the Tiedman was more reliable, whereas in case of instant run was efficiently predicting the most highly ranked products from the preferential choices of the individual users using the ballots. We have done this using the ballots across the 9 users. Okay. These are all some of the references they are. Thank you, sir.
So thank you, sir, Dr. Govinda, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Really, it's a good work. So you're motivated a lot of your students also
Yes,
to participate.
Yes,
and
sir. Yes.
a lot of different areas you're working on it, sir.
Yes, sir.
My wishes on behalf of the Global Institute of Management and Class Upon Academy, sir.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. Next, Janandya Anand, ready? Ananya Anand?
Yes, sir. I am ready. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. The technical team kindly make her co-host.
Sir, can you make Dev Asher the host? He is my co-author.
Who is he?
Dev Asher.
Okay. Devashir. Technical team kindly make Devashir as a co-host. Yes, done. You can share your screen.
Yes, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible. You can go ahead.
All right, thank you.
Yes, you can start.
Okay. Good morning, sir. So our topic is secure health record management using blockchain. So as we know, blockchain is a very next slide, please. As we know, blockchain is very secure in using architectures and its advantages. It is very safe and data cannot be tampered or stolen from it very easily. And hence we have used this concept of blockchain in the healthcare system. This idea inculcated from the COVID times where interaction was not possible. So the patients could benefit from the blockchain architecture and its advantages so that they can give their so that they can give their medical data for the patients and that can be accessed in seconds. And as it is a decentralized repository, the patient data is always safe and the diagnosis from the doctors can be easily obtained. Next slide. From the various literature reviews that we did for around 18 to 20 papers, we have seen a lot of algorithms which are very easy to implement can be from AES 256, block cipher, and block cipher blockchaining, which were easily implemented for this application. There were a little bit drawbacks which could also be resolved with our algorithms that we have used. And it is the most suitable as it is the strict tamper proof algorithms. Next slide.
Yes, sir. So as for the algorithms, what we are using are, first of all, we would be going with proof of work block layer one blockchains, for example, Ethereum. So first, we'll be using block cipher encryption algorithm. So what we observed from a lot of papers was, what they were trying to do is store the data as itself on blockchain using some distributed storage system like IPFS. But the problem with that is IPFS returns you in hash, but IPFS as a whole stores the data. It as a whole like stores the data as it is. Like there's no encryption of it. It stores it. It maps it within hash, right? So what we are doing with our architecture, what we are trying to do is have our data encrypted by the block cipher encryption algorithm. We convert the data. So suppose in photo to base 64, and we store that base 64 file onto the IPFS, and that can be decrypted and then obtained later. So first I'll show the architecture, right? What we are trying to do. So we are essentially trying to build this as a software as a service platform for institutions as well as patients. So what we want to do is we want to have a centralized cloud server that is used as a dashboard and managing server and registration platform for patients as well as institutions. So what we propose is institutions register onto the platform and they get the right to they have the right to access data when they want, and the storage is completely done upon blockchain. So the problem with current institutions is they store their data onto their own local servers, and the problem with that is a lot of times, so suppose you are a person from European Union and you are in India, right? So the problem that can happen with that is European Union puts a lot of sanctions on the transfer of medical records. So suppose you are a tourist in India and you have a
you have some medical issue that is correlated to one of your previous issues. So an Indian institution accessing that specific data from your European Union hospital data, it becomes a very long process and it delays everything. That is why we want to store the data onto the blockchain network in a decentralized manner, which would be managed via a cloud server, which is obviously a centralized cloud server. So suppose that the Indian institution requires the data. So it can request for the data. The patient gets a notification, a push notification that the institution has requested your data, and then they can access it. And how we map like each institution's public and private key to their specific uh, institution is we store that onto our server. So institution's private and public key, sorry, not private, public key would be stored onto the server, and that is how we maintain our access control list. So yes, Anya, would you like to go ahead?
Yeah, sure.
I think there's some network issues on your side. So yes, so we implemented a very basic web app using a simple tech stack that included of hard hat sorority, and we were using the Linkb testnet as in to test our application. So here the doctor can view all the patient records for their specific institution. The patient can upload their records onto this. The reports are stored as PDF here. So yeah, through this project, what we are trying to do is, as a future scope, we want to make the data that is stored onto the blockchain tamper-proof. In addition to that, additional metadata such as the time it was stored at, the time like the patient was diagnosed, everything is stored onto the blockchain as metadata, which is stored on IPFS. And so that what we want to do is this can in the future this can be used by insurance companies to verify patient incidents, as well as doctor distribution of data would be made easier. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So
Yes, the team.
yes, sir.
So you have designed the app for this.
Yes, sir, we have.
How many data you have entered into it? Medical data.
So we were using normal medical reports. As far as the app is concerned, we tested with around 5 to 7 records. We were storing the records onto the IPFS hashes onto IPFS. And storing that on our smart contracts.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. It's a good.
Dave sir, I'm Guru.
Yes, sir.
Just a small suggestion. You have mentioned that sharing of record between healthcare institution, no? So please add up to that sharing of health record between hospitals and also TPIs.
Okay.
I know you are aware about third-party insurance services, because
Yes,
third-party insurance services also in need of accessing medical records of patients, right? So this is just a small suggestion.
My name is Meghna.
Okay, sir. All right, so thank you for the suggestion, sir.
Ramya Venal చూడకూడదు.
Yes, we move on to the next presentation. We have Dr. E.S. Kavitha, Library Information Science from Periyar University, on the title Implementation Use of Internet of Things Technology in Academic Libraries. Is Kavitha ma'am, are you there?
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm here.
Yes, ma'am. So can I make you co-host for sharing the screen? Okay. Yes, ma'am, you can share your screen.
రమ్య అర్థం కావట్లేదా?
So it is visible?
No, ma'am, not yet shared.
My name is
Yeah, now
Meghna,
it
sir.
is sharing.
Sharing, sir.
Yes, now it is visible. You can go ahead.
My voice is audible, sir.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Dr. B.S. Kavitha from Periyar University. My topic is implementation and the use of Internet of Things technology in academic libraries. Introduction. Internet of Things is creating a network by exchange data from each detecting object and need vast network of interconnected object, connected device and system to collect data from embedded sensors, networks and other physical items. IoT delivers services that fulfill needs of a wide range of academic libraries. It is without requiring direct human interactions through the use of connecting media like wireless sensor networks and physical objects. Different names of IoT in Internet of Everything, smarter planet, machine to machine, the fog, trillion sensors, the industrial Internet, Industry 4.0, Internet of Things. These are all different names of IoT. IoT in libraries. In a social media, e-platform devices are used in IoT libraries. In a library, connected with the high-end sensors and provide online connectivity to the membership counters. And also catalog, WBAC, fire detection and prevention device, mobile apps, mobile referencing, tracking movement of resources, and assistive technology is used in IoT libraries. Use of IoT in libraries. Internet of Things. Design of libraries. An organization with embedded elements that are connected. Libraries, lot of interactions where they be between people or machines, between people and IoT objects, or between human and machines. There are some heuristics users for libraries. In inventory management is book, journals and magazines. Sensors can be applied to variety of library sources to control microfiche, video, audio, and each item movement can be monitored with IoT. And the control is library devices connected with scanner, printer, hard drives, CDs, etc. is connected with the tag and attach the tag and allowing for continuous tracking and high tech and transparent the addition alerting authorities via their mobile devices, and loud alarm can be also stopped by tagging automatic the rabbit actions. It is looking at the door can be installed on the library gate to prevent theft. The user identification, all visitors can have their faces recognized by sensor at the library gate. It will compare them to database and hand entitled to enter. The librarian who may be anywhere at any time will receive an electronic notice. The librarian charge can decide whether unlock the door for an unfamiliar person from the distance. And book reservation uses potentially, it is potential use for the Internet of Things is ability for patron to use his smartphone search service smartphone search and reserve a certain book from the online catalog of the library. If desired book, the library self and has sensors connected to the network can beep and start flashing light to indicate that it is there. This will allow the book to pinpoint its location on its own. It is saving the manpower and time, both the librarians and the users. The next one is the circulation desk. The circulation text in libraries include lending and returning books and other library materials, keeping records, creating and updating library codes, issuing overdue notice, and the IoT, it is connected the RFID. Some of these processes such as issue and return have been made easier by the technology, and IoT online users can access connectivity through mobile apps, which can automate the rest of the upkeep of records, the certain and updating of library codes, and the tracking of overdue. Reminder of IoT allows the consumer to search for books without waiting in line, circulation counter, and his or her phone. Additionally, someone has requested a book that has already been published. When a book is returned, IoT, the users get an automatically messages. Tracking books, a virtual library. The IoT through mobile apps will able to take a virtual tour of the library using their mobile devices, and also maintain and track the books availability on the relevant cells, check other resources availability in location where they are. Framework development, the IoT applications libraries still it's very early stage. IoT, the users can must be understood the identified by the libraries. Different applications will call for various contributions from the employees and librarians. All the needs must be provided in a highly accurate manner to establish a high accurate system. The librarian and staff must be deeply involved. Controversies and problems. Many new paths open, new technology develops, aiding a variety of jobs, but new concerns, obstacles are brought by technology. These concerns would relate to what is the how utilized and what shortcoming and fix how to fix them. And however, the desire to embrace technology also offers some options. Similar, this few next security and privacy. Users may need to leave mobile data always enabled to get them most out of the IoT. This enables to track its location and invade its privacy by controlling access to the device and the information that are present on the phone, photos, papers, etc. Hence, the privacy of individuals may get compromised. Accuracy in comprehension. It is a crucial IoT extremely accurate that the system has precise understanding of semantics. The user's requirements must be understood clearly and without any activities. People heavily on mobile transaction these days, using Google Wallet and Android or Apple Passbook for iOS. Users can synchronize their credit or debit cards and make purchase at the checkout by just waving their phones in front of sensor. In the same manner that late fees can be paid, library service can also be paid. Hacking. Similar IoT mobile apps have complete access to the data and the personal information of their users. result, they can track down and sensitive data and made it available for illegal usage. The potential areas of IoT in library automation software, library management tools, and digitization technology tools, preservation and digitization platforms, internet and Wi-Fi libraries. These are all under communications like SMS, emails, etc. These are all areas, potential areas of IoT in libraries. In conclusions, libraries are now using the new technologies in Magic Mirror consisting of camera, sensor with Wi-Fi enabled provides interactions between people and computers to record the data of the users. The mobile apps are now used to have the virtual tour of the library and their mobile devices that can be based on the IoT. And also smart books, gaming, augmented reality, and object-based learning or have potential for IoT in libraries. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Ma'am, my question. So whether hello.
Yes, sir.
Yes, ma'am. Whether the students or anybody users can read the books using this platform?
No, sir.
That's only to track or
track books and
any publications can be
books.
done using this platform, ma'am? Anything like
Sir?
that? Any journals like that can be viewed using this?
Can access the e-resources, sir.
That's what I'm asking. Only e-resources can be accessed using this.
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Good work, ma'am.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, next we have the next presenter, Jatin Cholet is available. Yeah, next Sri Charan from VIT. Karthik Kumar, Bala Aishwarya.
Oh, yes, sir, I'm present.
Karthik Kumar, you are doing right?
Yeah.
Yes. Is Michael want to say something? Michael Moser? Okay, after him, you can present. Michael Moser. Yes, after Karthik Kumar, you can present. Karthik Kumar can be made a co-host now.
Sure, sir. So please make me the presenter.
Yes. Technical team, kindly make Karthik Kumar a co-host. Yes, you are made. You can do the presentation.
Sure, sir. So one, I'm just.
Karthik Kumar?
Oh, yes, sir. Like 1 minute, so I'm just presenting.
Oh, bhai. Kहीं में स्टार जाना
So is my screen visible?
Yes, not it.
Oh, okay.
Now it is visible. Kumar, now the screen is being shared. Yes,
So
visible.
as the
You can proceed. Yes. Social media decentralization using blockchain.
yes. So good afternoon, everyone. So the topic for today is social media decentralization using blockchain. Before I start my presentation, I would like to thank GIM, Global Institute of Management, and Classical Academy for giving me this wonderful opportunity. And I would also like to thank my professor, Govinda K, for enlightening and helping me in coming up with this presentation. So the co-author for this paper is Professor Govinda K and me, Karthik Kumar. So as the topic suggests, social media decentralization using blockchain. So before I start my topic, I would like to take you back in time in order to let you know that how revolution happened in web. So like obviously in the beginning there was web 1.0 where we had a single center, let's suppose Yahoo, where we just required a username and an password in order to log in, and we can surf through the internet and we could get the result. But then revolution happened, and then web 2.0 came in to picture, and like this this web 2.0 can be seen in this diagram, wherein we had multiple companies coming into the picture, such as Facebook, Amazon, Google. So now what this big firms did was they created their own authentication and login ID password. So in web 2.0, we had multiple companies, and we could assign different ID and password to each and every account we used to create and the under these companies. But now like things changed. Like people are looking forward to web 3.2, and this is the upcoming future. And obviously we all know that web 3.0 is actually related to blockchain. Like blockchain plays a main important role in web 3.0. Like the main picture of web 3.0 is the use of decentralized application or blockchain in order to achieve web 3.0. So what here like what will happen in web 3.0 is basically there will be no centralized authority who can actually monitor your account. This will be entirely public, and obviously since it is public, uh, like there will be a risk of data, right? But using blockchain we can actually avoid those risks, because here like everything will happen uh, in public, but it will be secured using blockchain through hashes and all those encryption technologies. So now I would like to take you forward to my paper. So uh, why let's understand the importance of decentralization in today's world. So obviously everyone is on social media, right? In today's world we have internet, we have social media, and most of the people are using social media as a part of their day-to-day life. And obviously with
Why
time
చిన్న
more and more
పరస్పర
users are
faster?
getting connected to these
చిన్న
social media
పరస్పర 10
apps.
minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
So everyone like has their account in Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. But the point is that these like social medias are actually guided by a group of company of people who can actually control these social media. Let's suppose Twitter or Instagram. These are actually controlled by a central authority who can actually monitor these changes which we usually do in our social media app. So it basically depends upon the organization controlling the social media, and they have the power to either like remove the post or like monitor our activity. And these central authority get together with the political parties and actually monitor the social media handles. But uh, this could be avoided using decentralization. So the main concept of decentralization is removing the power from the center, and that can be achieved using blockchain. So the literature survey we went through, like during the literature survey, we went through some of the papers, and we actually got few papers and few Wikipedia's articles which showed us that how decentralization can help us in bringing up such social media activity, and which is more secure from the user's perspective. So like this was the first paper from Dr. R. CD, and this the topic was the future of social media application, where she claimed that using blockchain we can actually identify real people, like we can actually identify a real profile from a fake one, and this can be of many use to the people who are actually active on social media app. This can prevent like fake people uh, from spamming your account and all those things. And in the second paper, I got to know that decentralization can not only happen to social media app, but also to apps like YouTube. uh, Obviously DTube is a decentralized application, which is a kind of a YouTube, but it is decentralized. So I got to know about decentralization of like YouTube through this paper. And then I came across the Wikipedia article, which is shadow banning. Shadow banning is nothing but let's suppose I am a user and I post something, and the centralized authority who is monitoring that particular app doesn't like it, and what they do is they ban they ban my account. So in this banning, the though my account is banned, I won't be able to like I won't be receiving any like mail regarding that, but uh, my account is banned, and I won't be visible to other users who are there in the block, who are there in the social media. So this is shadow banning, and this is one of the drawbacks of centralized, or what we call social media today, is Web 2.0. And the other the other paper is from Forbes, and this usually refers to the rumors we had few days back, where Facebook was like heralded for major security issue, and they were like Facebook highlighted the newspaper telling that there is a security breach and our data was misused by the company for getting more personalized ad, and they generated revenue from those personalized ads. So these all were the concerns which raised the question, why not decentralized application? So the proposed methodology which I kept in mind while making this paper was that to create a decentralized social media application using Ethereum and blockchain. So smart contract, like we will be using smart contract for making the contracts for the Ethereum uh, blockchain. And what are the advantages of these decentralized social media apps? So first of all is there won't be censorship, so it provides censorship resistance. And the second is give users the ownership of their personal data. Obviously, like we all will be responsible for our own data, since there is no central authority to monitor your data. And obviously, we will get rid of the third party. Third party refers to the company or the centralized authority. The fourth guidelines is obviously there is a scope of crowdfunding, which usually most of the decentralized application have. So this is the diagram which generally shows the some of the use cases of decentralized social network, scope of crowdfunding, and a check of user commodification, privacy and freedom. And obviously, like once of the data which gets added to the blockchain, it can't be removed from the blockchain. So this is a freedom of speech, and no one can actually delete or remove your data from blockchain. And before talking about the result, let us first understand um, how this social media app will work. So let's assume that I am the user and I've created an account in this social media, like decentralized social media platform, and I want to share my pictures, or like I want to share my quotes, or I want to share my comments, or anything in the social media. So what will I do is I will obviously post my comments or pictures of like thoughts about a particular scenario in the social media, decentralized social media network. And now I'm having different peers and users who are using this decentralized social media application. So what they will do is, if they agree with my thoughts or codes, they will surely, like, there will be two options such as upvote and downvote. And let's suppose the user, like the different peers or people, upvote my my thoughts or posts, then that post will be like highlighted in the blockchain, like in the like social media blockchain. And that will be the main agenda of this application. Like the post getting maximum number of upvotes will be highlighted in the uh, in the app. And let's suppose if a user if a user want to tip this particular post, then he can do using the Ethereum blockchain, which will be there in this social media app. And this will be the flow of this will be the entire flow of the like app which like I will be creating. So let's suppose I am the user. I will be uploading my post. So the app is made in React, and I will be having this IPFS, which will be storing the hash value of the entire uh, like this is a decentralized file sharing system. So it will be having the hash value of the post or comments which I will be creating. And MetaMask is just an extension like for it helps in uh, connecting with the blockchain. Since Chrome doesn't support blockchain, so MetaMask is one of the extension which I will be using. And Ganache is uh, Ganache actually provides us with 10 virtual Ethereum accounts. So that's the purpose of Ganache. And in the end, I would like to conclude with some of the drawbacks which I came across during the working of this project. So I actually discovered some of the shady tactics which companies go through to provide the recommendation. Obviously, they are using our data to provide the recommendation. And like I actually took inspiration from Bitcoin and how Bitcoin wallet works, and how blockchain can actually work in today's world, and how we can be a part of this decentralized network. I also learned the concept of crowdfunding, and without a middleman. Middleman basically refers to any organization or banks or something which acts as a uh, which acts uh, as an interface between two users. And obviously, this application will be in trend in the near future because uh, everyone knows the dark secret of these Web 2.2 application, which is the centralized social media application. Everyone knows that our data are being used, and nothing is secure in this in this centralized application. Everyone knows that there is a necessity of decentralization of the social media application in order to secure ourselves and our data. So few of the paper references I have given in the references section, and that's all. Thank you. Hello.
Yes. So when you're talking about social media, whether all social media platforms are possible or any specific thing is there, like Insta, Facebook alone.
So currently I was focusing on Instagram and Facebook, like how people post their pictures or views on these platform. And let's suppose if the central authority doesn't like this kind of stuff, then they usually try to remove this, or they try to put some barrier kind of thing on these on these posts or stuffs. So like obviously we don't have control over this, uh, and that's where decentralization can actually help you, because if you're true, then obviously like people would love it, and if they love it, they will upvote your post, and the number of upvote will decide that uh, whether your article should be shown to other people who are there in the network or not.
Okay, whether this will allow the fake IDs, like some of the fake IDs being created, whether that will stop.
Yes, like obviously it will stop. Like let's suppose someone is spam, yeah, like someone is trying to spam your account, then the people who are there in the blockchain would obviously download their activities which they are doing in the this public blockchain. So like, obviously this won't be hidden from other people, right? Because since it is a public blockchain, so everything will be visible to each and every peers who are there in this like network. So this will obviously bring a barricade, and it will obviously stop the presence of fake ID or account in this social media, decentralized social media network.
Okay, thank you. Good work.
Karthik sir,
Yes, sir.
did you thought about the commercialization of such social medias?
So like it will be in currently people have no idea about blockchain. Like obviously a genuine person with no knowledge of computer science background has no idea about blockchain, and they actually don't have any idea how these companies or big firms or centralized authorities are barricading their activity in the social media network. But uh, with the uh, with the influence of Web 3.0, or with the with the influence of this Web 3.0, and with the understanding that people have about these firms and activities which they are performing in the social media network, they will obviously come to a conclusion that their activity in these networks are not secure, because centralized authorities are always uh, checking or monitoring their activities, day-to-day activity in these platforms. So there will be a time when people will realize that these decentralized application is the only way through which they can express their views uh, with a freedom of expression. Like obviously we talk about freedom of expression, but the social media network is not providing that freedom currently. But in the near future, these platform or these decentralized application will be a booming technology, and I guess that's where a company or people would start thinking about these decentralized application. And I guess that's the phenomena where Web 3.0 comes into picture.
Yes, that's the one thing. And one more thing, whenever my students come out with a blockchain technology and the security systems and all, I'll just ask them one thing. See, if at all you are coming with a blockchain, and if at all you are saying advantage only about the security system, see, now when I go for commercialization, anything you receive free is not a free. So, आपको जो कुछ में मुफ्त मिला था है, वह मुफ्त नहीं है. So that is today the social media what we are using is largely ad free, and there are no subscription fees for users, right? So if at all it will inquire as advertising and subscription fees means actually uh, again it's a burden for users in another way. So when I'm going for commercialization, I'm speaking about like social media, what we are using, Facebook, Twitter, and all those stuffs. They are giving me free subscription only because they are owning the data. When I'm going for decentralization, definitely we as a subscriber we will acquire a subscription fees, and we have to go for many advertising and all those things. So that is where we have to work more on it. So we have to think more about commercialization. That is what I'm saying to you. Thank you, Karthik sir.
Hello.
Next, Michael Mosen can present. Are you ready, Michael Mazan? He can be made co-host. Technical team?
Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible. Michael Mazan can be made co-host now.
Yes, Karthik sir want to convey something.
You're audible, Michael Mazan.
Hello. Am I audible, sir?
Michael Mazan, you're not audible.
Hello, sir. There was some network issue because I got disconnected from
Yeah, now
some
it is. Okay.
some.
Yes, you can start. You can start.
Sir, can't hear, sir.
Michael Mazan, your audio is not audible. Check your connectivity as well as your volume. Kindly do check. Michael, you have problem? Wanted to try later on? Michael? Gibson, Samuel, are you ready? Solomon? Gibson?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can share your screen. Technical team, kindly make him co-host. Gibson, Solomon? Yes. So you can share your screen now.
Is this visible?
It's sharing, I think. No, not it. It is not shared. Try once again, Gibson.
Yes, sir. Visible, sir. Eh, yes, study on this management strategies of nationalized and the private banks. Introduction.
Gibson, and the
The
screen is not
commercial
shared. Gibson, the screen is not shared.
visible.
Gibson, now the screen has gone. Try once again.
Visible, sir.
No. Earlier it was visible. Now it has gone back. Try again.
Yes, sir.
Gibson, you
Yes,
have any
sir.
technical problem?
Uh,
You want to try
I
later?
did I I didn't know how to share my PPT.
Now you can start. Now you can start. Just explain.
Thank you, sir. Introduction. The commercial banks have been working on several initiatives to streamline and upgrade the existing risk management system. In turn, with providing international best practices in risk management and also cover the entire spectrum of various risks to which banks are exposed to commercial banks in India and acting proactively in
So hope Gibson has some problem, technical problem. Jatin Solat, you can start.
Yes.
So Jatin Solat can be made a co-host now. You can share or try share
Yes,
your screen.
I'm sharing my screen now.
Sir, I think you are logged in with two devices.
Sorry, sir.
Sir, I think you are logged in with two devices. Can you sign out in one device, sir?
So I just logged in with single device.
Okay, sir, fine.
Sir, is my screen visible, sir?
Yes, you can start.
Hello. Yes, sir. So, sir, this is an AI approach. We all know that AI approaches are being used in variety of industries, like ranging from grocery stores and uh, for measuring consumer behavior. So, like we just wanted to utilize that into farming sector. AI technology like has been used in agriculture for several years, but uh, we have just collected all those data and like presented in a way that can be utilized. So crop recommendation, crop yield prediction, and crop resource optimization were the three topics that we focused on in order to also these are the three uh, complex topics in precision agriculture. So, sir, and various models have been approved and presented to date, which we found using different sources. Like we collected those. So, because these jobs rely on wide range of variables like environment, compost use, climate, seed assortment, and soil. So this demonstrates that these are not trivial responsibilities. In fact, they include a variety of confusing advancements. So machine learning is a practical methodology which can assist in crop recommendation, like all the three topics that I mentioned: crop yield prediction and crop resource management. Uh, Also, sir, like yes, sir. So after uh, the method with which we analyzed we took 457 papers, of which we selected only the top 50 based on different parameters and selecting algorithms. and we analyzed them for all the three topics. This is the summary of the crop yield for different, like based on different accuracies and all those stuff. So that are using different algorithms now. And similarly, we did for crop resource optimization also, and crop recommendation. So this study will help this review paper. Like our aim was that it could help us in further like advancements in other papers that can be used to optimize, and it will help us in resource optimization of all these things. So. Yes, sir.
Yes, Satin, what made you to choose on agriculture area? It's
What made you to choose on agriculture area?
So agriculture basically during recent times, sir, there was this farmers protest and all those stuff, na, sir. So that's why we want basically the problem with that with those basic problem was that they didn't have like they were practicing the farming practices that were like optimal for almost for 50 years back. So and they are not familiar with any kind of advancements that, like, basically they don't know how to use AI and all that stuff, sir. So also the people who knows and who can do like AI and ML based models, they don't have a proper resource or proper summary from where basically they don't have a background knowledge of that farming, sir. So in order to improve that, uh, that was the aim for this, sir. That was the aim of this. Yes, sir.
any specific crops you are focusing?
Any specific crops you are focusing?
No, sir. In like it if you see in this we didn't focus on one particular crop, sir, because different crops and different like different research papers, like I told you before, they don't have a proper background, sir. So if someone is doing nitrogen like analysis on wheat, then we don't have phosphorus analysis on that, so weren't able to focus on one particular crop, sir. It is for general purpose, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Next, Bal Aishwarya.
Next, Bal Aishwarya.
Also, sir, I have one more, sir. So, like, can I share that simultaneously?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So this is for fertilizer resource optimization, in which we use two different models, Harmony Search, along with the Montare forging optimization, sir. So in this, sir, uh, farmers utilize, basically we know that farmers utilize nitrogen-based fertilizer to achieve high crop yield, which basically undoubtedly is a valuable resource. but but their overuse could be hazardous. So also farmers like focus more on like they are more focused to get high income, which increases the pollutant level of N2O, NH3. So and it also causes other environmental hazards apart from like providing high yields. So in order to, like, in layman terms, it's determining the ideal amount to be applied on the crops on per crop basis. Like in the previous one, like I told you, it is also not for a particular crop. It is a general model. Uh, so we focused on general papers, sir. And Yes, sir. So you can see in this particular table, sir, there are different chemicals that are harmful for us. So these are the this shows what damage they can do to our body, and the so the text in this is that the backdrop of opposition-based harmony and yeah, yes, sir. So we use two approaches for both the models, in which we first initialized and then we updated those in order to combine. Basically, it's an hybrid model, na, sir. So for that purpose, uh, we use that, and the accuracy and the precision, basically the values that we obtained after training the model, but these are the accuracies that we obtained, sir. And yes, sir.
Yes, thank you.
Mm.
Good work done by Jatin. So next I call upon Bala Aishwarya to share the screen.
Yes, sir. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, ma'am. You are my co-host. You can share your screen now.
Okay, sir. Sir, can you see my screen, sir?
Yes, it is visible now.
Yes, sir. Very good afternoon, one and all present here. Myself, Bala Aishwarya. I am a research scholar, Department of Management Studies, SRM Institute of Science and Technology, Vadapalli campus. I'm here to present a paper for the International Conference ICGIM 2022. And my topic is Green Work-Life Balance, a roadmap to organizational citizenship behavior for the environment. These are my keywords: sustainability, green human resource management, green work-life balance, and organizational citizenship behavior for environment. So introduction for the study. As we know, one of the three pillars of the sustainability is the environment, and more focus is given for this environment aspect in recent days because of the pollution and climatic changes. We can see that in Conference of Parties 26 and also in the Indian Budget 2022, they stress the importance of green technologies and the evolution of the green business. And nowadays, every business is revolving around the sustainability concept and slowly moving towards the green business. And it is very important for the HR department to take a step into this sustainability and perform a green human resource management. One of the main component of HRM is a work-life balance. So green work-life balance for the employees is also necessary to be given importance for the study and the research. And the real success of implementation of a green HRM is when a green employee is doing some extra work towards the organization regarding the environmental perspective. And I'll explain what is a green HRM and organizational citizenship behavior for the environment in the upcoming slides. So green work-life balance. As we can see, green work-life balance is like balancing between the green activities of both in work-related domain and also in life-related domain. Like for example, if companies are giving a green benefit such as cards to purchase a green product or green rewards for the green activities, then the employee will also do a green activities in their personal life by purchasing the organic products. So this how the green work-life balance of the employee is sustained. And organizational citizenship behavior for environment. Basically, organizational citizenship behavior is nothing but doing an extra role in spite of the defined role for them, for the employees. And if employees doing extra work beyond the design role for the environmental aspect, it is known as organizational citizenship behavior for environment, such as turning off the lights and switches when they are going out, or participating in a environmental committee, or giving green advices to their co-workers, etc. So this is a conceptual study, and the research gap is very limited. Research is done in the area of green HRM as well as a green work-life balance, and no empirical study till now is obtained in the green work-life balance model, because there is no standard questionnaire for that, because it is upcoming research topic. So there is no proper questionnaire is designed for the green work-life balance, and no clear awareness for the organization perspective. There is no clear awareness about these green activities or green employment engagement and green work-life balance. So theories for the green work-life balance. There are 3 theories, and first theory is enrichment model. If an individual is doing green activities in both professional and in personal life, this will lead to the enrichment of personal life, person's life, by buying organic products, so that he could be living in a healthy manner, or controlling the pollution, so it could be useful for the society too. And conflict theory is that because of the energy constraint or financial constraint, some of the employees cannot do green activities in personal life or a professional life. So for that, it will be there will be a conflict between them, whether the green goals of the employees cannot be achieved in both the domains. So it will lead to stress and burnout. So this is a conflict theory. And spillover theory is that if one employee is doing green activities in one domain, such as in personal domain, he will carry out in a professional domain. Like example, if he's a green person in a personal domain line, by doing planting a trees or switching off his light, he will also implement the same in the office also, by switching off the lights or planting a tree in a area of the office and all. So that's a spillover theory. And positive spillover is that if he's doing a very good job in a personal life in a green activities, he will also spill over to the professional life. That is a positive spillover theory. Negative spillover is that if negative behavior towards the environment, like if he's cutting up plants or trees or creating a pollution, the same thing he will lead to a professional life also. That's a negative spillover theory. And next is organizational citizenship behavior for environment. For this, there's a 2 theories. Social exchange theories that we know that if one of them, if we get a reward by doing some of the activities, we will be doing extra work for that. That's a social exchange theory. And how it is applied to this concept is that if a person is doing green activities and is recognized by his employees, he will return. He will also do an extra job about the desired job outcomes. So that is extra role behavior for the green environment. And personal organizational theory is that if employees has a green goal and organization also has a green goal, they will jointly work for the green goals. That is a personal organizational fit theory. This is my conceptual model, and we can see that here green work-life balance has two professional life green activities and personal life green activities. By balancing this, it will lead to organizational citizenship behavior for environment, which is turned into 3 types: eco initiatives, eco civic engagement, and eco helping. Eco initiatives is nothing but initiative taken by the person, by the employee, like by turning off the light or sharing the ride, such as initiatives by the individual person. And eco civic engagement is that engaging in a group activity, like participating in an environmental awareness program, or running a awareness or joining a marathon for the environmental awareness, such as. And eco helping is that helping the other co-workers, peers, to engage in a green activities. That is the eco helping. And my conclusion is that in a recent studies, in the generation is that is the upcoming workforce, they are more aware of the environment, and they want to create awareness and want to protect the environment, because in this generation they are seeing so much of pollution and so much of awareness created by the government, such as they are having a environmental awareness knowledge, and they are working more towards protecting the environment. So they are the millions and also the generation Z both having a green goals, and they will value the CSR and environmental activities by the organization. So it is necessary for the organization to build a green image among the employees, so that they could retain the talent, and they also attract the employees, that is generation Z employees, which will lead to obviously OCP and organizational commitment of the employees, and it will be win-win situation for both the employees and organization and a society as a whole. So for this future research, we can construct a questionnaire for the green work-life balance, and could test the various theories and models proposed by various authors. And further study can be also extended for the other factors like green work-life balance with organizational commitment or employee satisfaction, etc. And last but not least, this is a quote said by the Mukesh Ambani, the CEO of Reliance Industries Limited. So India will emerge as a global power. When India becomes self-sufficient in green and clean energy, it will help us emerge as a global power. This transition will have other benefits such as many green jobs, and energy transition will also determine geopolitical transition in the 21st century. Thank you. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to present. Thank you, sir.
Yes, Bala Ishwarya, it's my question. So, who will be the target group for your survey in case if you're going to conduct a survey?
Yes, I've thought about that, and I want to do among the young generation. So generation Z will be the target, and we can also do for a comparative study between the millennials and the generation Z.
Okay. So what will be the sample size in case?
Sample size, it would be depending upon the population. So if I go for a general survey, it would be like infinite population. If I go for a particular organization, it would be like around 600 to 700 samples, depending upon the population.
Okay. Okay. Yes. Thank you. Thank you, Bala Ishwarya. Thank you. Good work.
Thank you, sir.
Yes. So we came to the end of the session of the webinar, as well as the book awards and the international conference on the theme blockchain technology. So I thank all the participants as well as the award winners, the guests, for making this day more useful as well as meaningful. So over to Dr. Guru to convey the details regarding the publications.
Yes, we are pleased to inform that we are sending the trophy and certificate to the awardees through postal, and hope it will be reaching you in a week or two. We request our awardees to send the snapshot along with the award, so that after receiving it, so that we are posting in Classicon Gallery. And other information, this is first international conference by Classicon Academy, and we are very much glad to announce that we have received 46 research papers. Thanks to authors and researchers for their contribution, and proud to be the medium for publishing their work in international journals. Yes, we are publishing the papers in 5 different UGC CAS Group 1 journals and 2 Scopus Index journals. The details of journals and the cost of publishing will be mailed personally to each author. And we are glad to announce that we are publishing the conference proceeding in ISBN book, completely free for researchers who submitted the paper with us. All the participants, attendees of this conference can download the e-certificate, I mean the participation certificate, in the same portal after the session recording have been uploaded. I hope the session recording will be uploaded by today evening. After that, all the participants are able to download the certificates.
Now we have the vote of thanks. Vote of thanks by convener Dr. Guru.
We are highly honored and feel privileged to have welcome speech from our special guest, Dr. C. Sundar, Dean SRM ISP. We feel glad to have our guest of honor, Ms. Alex Albano, founder, Akka Labs, and we wish our awardees, researchers, and all our conference participants. We are very much thankful to our advisory committee members, Dr. Sai Kumari, Professor and Head, SRM Ishwari Engineering College, Dr. C.V. Raghotaman, Professor Rajalakshmi Engineering College, Dr. Veeramani, Assistant Professor, Vailtech Multitech, Dr. V. Kalinselvam, Assistant Professor and Head, Jain College. And we are thankful to international experts, Dr. R. Umesh, Data Analytics Lead, Traveloka Private Limited, Singapore. And we are thankful to Mr. K. Ananthanarayanan, Digital Marketing Head, Kalagomar, United States. Industrial experts, Mr. K. Nitin, CEO, Brand Rivers, Ms. Priya Nair, Director, Human Resources, Congruent Infotech. And we are very much thankful to our pillar for the program, Dr. S. Purushothaman and Dr. R. Vimal Samsing. And we are thankful to Reviewers Committee, Dr. R. Vasudevan, Adjunct Faculty in Anna University, Dr. B. Kalayarasan, Assistant Professor, Hindu College, Dr. J. Sasikan, Assistant Professor, Sayadot College, and Mr. P. Royvel, Assistant Professor, Sri Sairam Institute of Technology. Finally, we close with a quote from Bhagavad Gita. Karmani evakiras tima, Paleshu kadachana, makarma palahetu, Burmati sango, Sakkarami. You have a right over your prescribed duties, but you are not entitled to the fruits of your actions. Never consider yourself to be the cause of the results of your activities, nor be attached to inaction. Happy Janmashtami, happy Krishna Jayanti to all. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Happy Janmashtami, sir. Thank you, Purushottam, sir, as well as Guru, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Govinda, sir. Purushottam, sir, can we wind up, sir?
Yes, we can wind up. Thank you.
Once again, thanks to all the participants. With this, we are closing the conference. Thank you.
So do visit our website www.classupon.com, and we also have Insta page Classupon. So all the event related posts will be done on that. So kindly have a look on that. Once again, thank you everyone.